Hello everyone, and welcome to today's stream. I am Mage 1011, and today we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV. Uh, Dawntrail. Without further ado, let's get started. When we left off, we were about to accept the quest, the High Luminary. But before we do, let's talk to the other NPCs. The true size of a mountain is never more apparent than when you're standing right at its foot. I cast a rejuvenating spell on Wilkamot. Even our intrepid, indomitable third promise is feeling the strain of these slopes. I fear I won't be much use to you as a guide past this point. Even in Tuliolo, there's precious little written about the sacred peak of Warkars or more, beyond the whimsical poetry that is. I hope we come across Bakul Jaja on our way to the summit. We still owe him for the trouble he caused us in Kazamaga. The High Luminary. Wukamot's gazes up at the summit of Borkar Zomar.
Gods, that is one tall mountain. And we're supposed to climb it?
Farther. Gomar. Tuliorlu. Korogar.
Do not expect to walk here unchallenged. Tell me, stunted ones, did those short legs bring you all the way from Tuliolo?
He's speaking the old Yokhui tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit. You are a claimant in this right of succession.
That's right.
Then, if you die, Tuliyola loses a potential ruler.
That's a dark thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yokhui we've met.
We do not grovel before Gulul Jaja like those shameless lapdogs. My brethren and I are conquerors, and we will restore our people to their rightful place as Tural's overlords.
The Giants have their own factions too, it seems.
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Justifications of the craven. They turn their gaze from our ancestors, from the dream we kept alive for 1,000 years, and more. They are unworthy of bearing our legacy. I will reclaim the glory of our people. And our ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Stop! I don't want to fight you.
Then die on your knees. Opportunistic vermin seek to feast on us, do you? Get down here! Your neck will be the first I snap this day!
That's right.
Why do you help us?
I didn't put much thought into it. My legs were moving before I knew what was happening. I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
To what end?
Oh, that's simple. If we're to share the land, it's the best way for us to become friends. How is he?
He'll live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to Zormor.
Understood. Be careful up there.
This changes nothing. We will not forsake our conquest.
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
On a mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of. I'll trust you to lead the way.
Then we climb. Gefurler is waiting.
Quest accepted. Zormor now accessible. As I've said before, I'm no fighter. I I'll follow from a distance and keep well out of your way. We are going to do this with a party of NPCs. 4 cards or more. We have a healing red mage as Alize, an intrepid as Wuklamad, and a Pictomancer as Kryl. I'm also playing Pictomancer. All my uses have been cast. Let's go. That's 1 cast already.
Now I'll show you.
2 casts ready, okay. Lizard and Cane. Stone and Yellow. Thunder and Magenta. Lizard and Cane. Stone and Yellow. Thunder and Magenta. Comment in black, and then a few holies in white.
Now I'll show you.
Actually, leave duty. We're gonna do this without NPCs. We're gonna do this with a party of people. Because I am not very good at the first boss. Ooh, 20 minutes. Let's try something. Gonna log out really quick. Turn to my home server and see if I can go to the Magar somewhere. Return to home server. Visit Netherworld Data Center. Midgard somewhere. This is likely to give me more, or less time. in the duty finder. Because dear God, I hate GPS queue times. "12-minute queue, that's a lot better." Mage. Looking for a healer can help me with. Requires almost 2 times. Dark Knight. Warrior. White Mage. Let's see. Oh, here's one of my friends list pair. Do 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 do. Guess I have to wait. Guess we'll do some. Guess we'll do some fates in that area until we have duty finder. Your time is up. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Teleport around. Finally, Duty's Finder has ready. There we go. Woo! getting frozen as the fight ends. Full. Let's see the cutscene. Dawn's Elector, Gorfalor.
I am Gorfalor, Elector of the Dawn Servant. Prepare to be tested.
E.
You are worthy to rule. Chronicles of Eld, return the hunger of roiling waters! Chronicles of Eld, recount the fury of erupting peaks! I will take the measure of your resolve. Implacable strength of the mountain, be mine! Spirit of my brethren, your thunder roars! That you should endure my fury. Chronicles of Eld, record the cruelty of merciless storms.
There we go. Chronicles of Eld, yes. Hello there. Welcome to my stream. How you doing? Ah. Happy New Year to you too.
Very good, Claimant. Once more, I name myself Gur-Fulur, High Luminary to my people, and chosen Elector of the Dawn Servant.
You are much bigger than the others in the village.
All Yokhui were once my equal in size, but ever since we were decimated by disease, it is rare to see a child reach our former stature.
You speak of the contagion which afflicted the Shaktural expedition? The one recorded in your murals?
It is a chapter of our history that is entangled with the legend of the Golden City.
I've heard that legend originated with the Yokhui. Is this true?
With the visions our ancestors had, to be precise. Preceding the campaign into Shaktural, many were visited by dreams of glittering splendor. They described a paradise that knew neither war nor famine, where people lived lives of eternal happiness. A single dreamer might have been dismissed, but when dozens, if not hundreds, spoke the same, the luminaries became convinced it was divine revelation.
Then the expedition.
Its purpose was to find the City of Gold. Yes, help was marshaled from all the territories under our control. Lands were scoured on a massive scale.
Ah, little wonder the legend is so similar across Tural. Those involved with the search would have passed the stories down to their children.
Yeah.
Another claimant, I see. I will test your worth, as I have tested those who came before you.
Here and now, I think he means.
Oh, welcome! Welcome, welcome. How you doing? I am Wolf Mage. Have a nice lurk. Enjoy the stream.
Promise for you and your sister's success in performing the feat of proof. You both shall be rewarded.
Green.
Three to go.
How glorious it would have been to race thee and thine to the summit. Though mayhap not whilst being hounded by Bakul Jaja and his minions.
Again, that swine shows his disdain for the right.
Strangely, despite his eagerness to antagonize us, he withdrew as soon as we fought back in earnest. I cannot fathom what he was trying to achieve. On a similar note, I'm also curious as to why you chose the peak of Warkor Zormor for the conclusion of this feat. The earlier stages saw us learn the history of the Yokui. Does this location also hold some special meaning for your people?
Yes, it is a place of great significance.
Understandable. Why don't you get some rest and try to sleep? Everyone's tired these days.
All these monuments. Is this a burial ground?
Every high luminary before me is enshrined in this earth. Alongside them are the heroes who bravely stood their ground when Varigarmanda brought ruin to Urkopacha 8 decades past.
That explains why there are so many.
Zorolja, I should have known you'd arrive here first.
Third promise. How relieved I am to find you in good health.
Zorolja, you bastard! I should end you here and now!
Remember where you are. You will mind your conduct, or you will leave.
Right. Sorry.
I see no reason to delay further. Show me my father's sepulchre.
Papa has a grave?
Upon this monument are inscribed the names of those who sealed away the monstrous Varigarmanda, your fathers included.
Gulul Jaja, Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace.
Look at this one. Ketenram, Navigator of Uncharted Oceans.
Ketenrun? The Laminsan explorer? Does this mean he joined Galul Jaja on his travels?
Ffxiv, Seeker of the Unknown. How strange to see your name here.
It was unheard of to build living sepulchres for those who were not Yokui. But their great deed demanded recognition.
Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace? Papa really did some amazing things.
He carved his path with martial skill.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to trap Varigarmanda within its own ice magics.
Martial skill and clever thinking. I can't compete with Zoralja's mastery of the Head of Resolve's techniques. And when it comes to knowledge, Kona's the one who most takes after the Head of Reason. Is there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do better than the others?
You have love for peace. What defines your father aside from knowledge and strength?
What else defines him? Oh, of course. Papa's love for peace, for his people. That is what he's given me. And I'm fighting to preserve the peaceful Tural he built. What in the hells was that?
You must return to Warlar's Echo immediately. Valigarmanda has broken free.
I presume that was about the unholy sound?
Valigarmanda is free.
We need to get back there, now!
How fortuitous. We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rivals.
Okay. Well, there's echoes. Here we come. Good, you're back. There's much I would explain, but by the time I arrived, to investigate a sudden surge of ether, there were already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone is preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray, catch your breath and then lend a hand where you can. Now enter War Guards armor with a party of these. An echo of madness. Alphanode would enlist your aid in checking on the injured Yokui. If you are ready, there are many injured here who need aid. Should you find anyone passed out from their wounds, I ask that you alert me to them. Otherwise, I shall be tending to whomever requires the most urgent healing. We can gather here once we've seen to these people hurts. Burger War? The third promise says protector. Everything was bathed in bright red. A searing heat enveloped my entire body. I can't move. Zorbalor? My wounds are nothing serious, but this drying in my throat. So it's as if all the moisture has left my body. Talk to Alphino really quick. No, not Mount. Floofy Plume. Once you've treated the wounded, I'll have everyone meet at the spot where we were talking earlier. Zorfalar. Groan. Everything burns. The touch of cloth is agony. Yet I will live. Leave me be. Leave me. There are others in more dire need of help. Yes, Snakebird released. Run! I've done all I can for now. The injured you found were awake and alerted then. That as well. We've left the injured as comfortable as we could. Many were suffering from burns to a greater or lesser degree. Did a fire sweep through the village? The details are unclear. Once I heard I'd healed the giant attacked by the mountain bird. The group leader, Warpler, I believe they called him, bade me depart. It was then that I felt an intense wave of ether, and returned to find Warpler's echoes in this state. I rushed over to the first giant I saw. Though delirious with pain, he repeated the same warning. Valley Garmanda had broken free. Thus did I contact you with all haste. We're going to need to inform. We're going to need more information than that before we can deal with the situation. Yes, we should speak with the temple guards. See what became of the Skyrune's prison. We need to find out exactly what's going on. The High Luminary will have returned by now. Hopefully he's found out more than we have. I would be glad to learn that this was all a misunderstanding, a, a futile hope by the look of things. They did say the prison was beginning to fail, but I felt certain it would hold for a few years at least. Was I mistaken? High Luminary will have returned by now. Hopefully he's found out more than we have. Whatever answers exist await us inside the temple. The High Luminary grants you entry and awaits you within.
What happened?
So it's true. The ice has failed.
Surmurwar, tell them what you told me.
A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit. Who enters this hallowed hall? Ah, a claimant.
Oh, and here we have the mighty Valigarmanda.
A terrifying Vitral. With every awakening, it has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
Sky Noodle.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
Explain yourself.
It is as they say. Gulul Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it, it would be quite tricky. 2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul. The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Bakul Jaja.
You mustn't!
But I already have. Rise and rage, little terror.
I might have overdone the fire a bit.
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
For the throne, of course.
You unleash calamity for your own gain? Have you any idea how many may die?
Wreak havoc, Valigarmanda. Live up to your legend.
The noodle is free.
A messenger to Tuli Yolor has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent, I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
Idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him.
So, what's the plan?
If we leave the withdrawal to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Valigarmanda. This is an enemy so powerful that even my father failed to slay it. Alone, I don't stand a chance. I understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the right of succession. But for the sake of Urkopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
As if you had to ask.
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it. Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
And what will we do?
One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
If you resolve to slay Valigarmanda, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
Inform the Bello of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
Okie dokie. Time to track down a snake. When I said I would take on the duties of a guide, that did not include the tracking of an ancient and terrible withdrawal. Still, we can't leave Valigarmanda free to ravage the land. Should a claimant reckless enough to free the Sky Ruin, become Dawn Servant, what would become of Tuliyola? That fiend Bakuljaja, he's rotten enough. He's rotten through and through. There's nothing blessed about him. Two casters releasing spells of fire at the exact same moment. A feat impossible for any but a two-headed Mamoldra. Sorenville, any ideas on how we can track Valley Gamanda? The tried and true method of comparing sightings with other signs of passage is the most reliable, but also the most time-consuming. There is a second option, not as reliable as the first. If we're lucky, it will let us ascertain the Sky Ruin's whereabouts far more quickly. Though the Teralvedral of extraordinary nature, Polygamardar is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, it is thus sustained by corporeal energies and possesses a unique ethereal balance, which means this device should come in handy. The floating hand. Oh, ad is about to start. I'll continue the reading once the ad is over. Luckily, I've diminished the time consuming by ads quite a bit. It'll only happen 1 hour at a time and only for a minute and a half. Ad break has ended. Now continue with the reading. A floating hand. Now is not the time to be playing with toys. This is no toy. It's an Aether Seeker. It's the name, as the name suggests, leaders use it to detect the Aether of living beings. And you've had that in your pack this whole time. I can calibrate it to follow a specific ethereal aspect. The problem with Valley Gamanda, however, is that it can shift freely between the elements of fire, ice and lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Valley Garmanda from its icy imprisonment, the Cold Jaja cast a spell which quickened it fire aspected ether. And the residents here were uniformly aspect afflicted by birds. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that upon breaking free, Valiamanda unleashed a great fiery blast. Then the choice is plain: fire. The Seeker, however, is not without its faults, as we were not able to pinpoint our query's unique etheric signature in advance. The device will respond to any living source of fire aspected ether. So we have the reliable yet slow method of information gathering, and the versus the potentially swift but easily misled Gleaner tool. I say why not pursue both methods at the same time. Good idea. We'll have the first fall back on if the second fails. You travel with me then, Wolf Mage, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. The rest of us can stay behind and talk to eyewitnesses, and the more Sky Ruins sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. If no one has any objections, I shall remain here in the village and tend to the Hyokui. Very few are seriously injured, but I am wary of the wounds inflicted by a creature like Valigarmanda. I should like to be close at hand should their condition suddenly worsen. Right. Sounds like we all have work to do. You know what? I think it's fitting to have a very particular minion out right now. We should be on our way as well. A minion that I think I have. If not, I can get very quickly. Guide. There it is. Summon minion. I think for this quest it's very important to have the right minion. Wind up cursor. Ethereal Seeker. Please specify desired ethereal aspect. Pointing the way. Erenville is ready to send the Ethereal Seeker device in pursuit of Valigarmanda. We'll need to head to the outskirts of the village first, then set the Seeker to detect fire aspected ether. Sensors set to detect ethereal aspect fire. Right, the Seeker is ready to go. Warlord's Echoes is still suffused with the Garune's residual ether, so I've excluded it from the search area to prevent from swamping the sensors. Let's begin tracking, shall we? Follow the Ethereal Seeker. Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of fire aspected ether. Source of fire aspected ether located. Tracking disengaged. Not quite the legendary creature we were after. Would you mind dealing with that fire sprite? It will continue to confuse the Seeker if we leave it be. There we go. Please specify detailed desired ethereal aspect. A necessary measure, I'm afraid. Let's try this again. Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of fire aspected ether. Source of fire aspected ether located. Tracking disengaged. Frightening enough, but again, not what we were looking for. If you would be so kind. There we go. Please specify a desired ethereal aspect. Thanks. I'd ask if it gave you any trouble, but considering who I'm talking to. Seeker, resume tracking. You try to point out something useful this time? Affirmative, resuming tracking. That. Go away. Go away. Go away. Do not have time for you. Thruster fire aspirator detected. Located. Tracking disengaged. Ah, another remnant of Valerie Garmanda's last rampage. The crater flames registered to the Seeker's corporeal aether. That's corporeal aether. In the words of Tullio Saga, when Valerie Garmanda rages out of control, fire burns forever. If its ice does not thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn servant able to turn the sky ruins and preternatural magics against itself, trapping it within the unmelting prison of ice. This is no modern mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it is a strange feeling to see fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living ether. We can feed a sample into the seeker and guarantee greatly improve its accuracy in one moment. Sample analyzed. Recalculating sensors. There, now the Seeker should ignore any etheric signature but Valley Garmanda's. Had I realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought those creatures at all. My apologies, it seems I still have much to learn from this journey, as a gleaner and as a guide. What the? Lag? Lag? Hello? Heyo! There we go. I'm Lagginson. Sample analyzed, recalculating sensors. The Sky Ruin. Erenville is ready to resume tracking Valley Garmanda. This time the Seeker should be attracted solely to Valley Garmanda's ether. Resume tracking based on the latest sample. Affirmative, resuming tracking. Keep sample analyzed. Sample ethereal signature detected. Engaging accelerated pursuit mode. Oh look, a fate. Sadly, I'm not gonna take care of it right now. Source of ether signature located. Tracking disengaged. Good, the Seeker was drawn directly to the Skyrune's fire. Now we know we've set the correct parameters for its etherical aspect. I'll try increasing the threshold of etheric concentration. That should direct us to the withdrawal itself. Recalculate sensors, resuming tracking. That's not the map key. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not fighting you. Go away. Seeker. Etherical signature detected ahead. I think we'd notice if Valgamanda was inside this passage. Let's head through to the other side. Etheric signature lost.
The trail ends here, it seems. Could Valigarmanda have shifted its elemental aspect? It does have 3 to choose from, after all. In any case, I'm almost certain the Vidral was headed in the direction of Warkor Lardor. We should let the others know we have a likely location.
Alphino is assisting the Yokhoi with their evacuation. He thought they could use a healing hand with the injured.
So where is Valigarmanda?
Warkor Lardor. Its stratified layers contain a wealth of crystals, said to be the source of its many-colored glow. After 80 years of imprisonment, the Vidral will be in dire need of sustenance. It would have been drawn to the mountain's energies.
So Valigarmanda seeks to replenish its ether.
Then we'd better not give it the chance.
Stop!
That mountain is sacred ground. I forbid you to set foot on it.
sorry, It is not our intention to trespass. But you must understand, that's where Valiarmanda has gone. If we don't slay it now, it will slaughter countless innocents. Just like in the old days, I beg you, permit us to enter.
Out of the question. Your band is incapable of defeating Valigarmanda. Either you seek to defile Warcore Lara Door, or you are fools.
If you doubt their chances, how would you feel were we to join them? The monument to Valigarmanda's defeat bears the names of 7 heroes. With our forces combined, we also number 7.
Seven weaklings are no less doomed than 4.
Zoralcha, you've come to help as well.
Against my sound advice. While the rest of you were tussling with this sky ruin, we might have secured an insurmountable lead. A minor delay. It will not change the contest's outcome. I would take the measure of this Tural withdrawal my father was unable to kill.
With both my brothers here, this battle is all but won.
Your celebration is premature. I never said I would let you pass.
Brother, no! We do not bear arms against our own people!
What an odd thing to say. As I recall, the inhabitants of Chir Wagur Sultan do not consider themselves members of the Tuliyolal nation. I'd hardly call them our own people.
What does that matter? Members or not, everyone in Tural is part of our dream for peace. If you would hurt them, then you'll have to go through me.
She saved me from the mountain bird. Now, then, the same eyes. Eyes of stone. Words of stone. We are still in her debt. This is true. Consider the debt repaid. But do not misunderstand. We do not submit to Tuliolan rule.
Aye, you've made your point. We can talk more once the contest is over.
I ask your name.
Wuklamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Even people with wildly different ideals can find understanding through earnest discussion. I believe that, wholeheartedly.
As do I. I won't give up until we reach a compromise.
Assuming you survive. My old bones and I will be waiting here for the true heir's return.
Robots have always been a mystery to me, brother. But I'm relieved to see you put aside the contest for the sake of the greater good.
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built. The more that are lost or broken, the weaker Tuli Yolal becomes. Even the crudest rock has value as a stone.
Come on, you two. Forget about the right of succession for now, and help me fight this overgrown snake bird.
Sorry for coughing during the cutscene.
I don't care how strong the Sky Ruin may be. We're going to put this menace down for good.
I'm gonna try and see if I can do this with a group of NPCs, but if I can't, I'm gonna do the duty finder. Warcar Lordar, now accessible. Dawntrail, Warcar Lordar. Trollvadral, Valley Garmond. Ooh, crap. Probably should have used Smudge. Damn it! Icy slopes.
You're mine!
Damn it. Frozen.
Try this!
Thunderstorm.
Try this!
Let's try an add one then.
This should do it!
All that I have and
Think
more
you're tough,
I
do you?
bring to bear.
No, fuck! I got so far. Mistakes were made.
Should do it!
There we go. on.
That's far enough. You're mine! Out of my way!
There we go. Time for ice slopes. There we go. Tried to suck at that mechanic. Hopefully I don't make the
stars shall grant thee succor.
Hold still.
Out of my way. That's far enough.
O radiant starlight, become my blade!
There we go. Oh, looks like we have an advertisement bot. Banhammer. There we go.
We did it. We slew Valiarmanda. A feat that even the great Gulul Chacha couldn't manage. For you, Papa!
There's no denying it was an impressive achievement, but I wouldn't be so quick to claim we've outdone Father. The Fidral was weakened by decades of imprisonment. Had we faced it in its prime, we wouldn't have fared a fraction as well.
How can you say that? 80 years couldn't have made that much of a difference. Could it? Oh, Who am I kidding? Papa's still the best.
You fought well, though.
I did, didn't I? Even if it wasn't at full strength, we defeated a living legend. I swear, I'll surpass the old man one day.
The Sky Ruin lies dead, and still, I've yet to prove myself the miracle.
Well, I suppose we should head back and join Erenville.
We did leave him with only Sarelja for company.
Didn't I tell you? I pulled my own weight in battle now. No. Tis fortunate we vanquished the winged calamity ere it could inflict greater suffering upon these lands. Kona did well. Our promise has promised too, don't you think? Witnessing Zeralja in battle, I understand why he's widely considered to be Tuliola's greatest warrior. I'm still giddy from our victory. The matter about doing father aside, this was the best outcome we could hope for. Never again will our people need fear the looming shadow of the Sky Ruin. Your proud expressions bespeak your proud expressions bespeak a successful hunt. Not that I'm surprised in the least. Zerelja came back earlier, but left almost immediately with Zerelja in tow. He seemed disinclined to share any victory celebration. That is nothing unusual for Zerelja. No, it's the Jaja that concerns me. He's probably far ahead now, making the most of the mayhem he caused. I still can't believe he did something so evil just to slow us down. If we hadn't slain Valigarmanda, it wouldn't only have been Orcapacha at risk. There would have been death across the entire continent. I'm more certain than ever that Bakul Jaja can't be allowed to rule. I have to catch him and take back my keystone. Woo, level 95! Spending time alone with Zerelja was akin to torture. Despite my obvious disinterest, he spewed a constant stream of mean-spirited bile. Honestly, I might have preferred facing fire and ruin with you all on the battlefield. The Feat of Ice. Bankard would suggest sharing the news with of your victory. The Yokui must still be anxious, wondering where and when Valigarmanda will strike next. I suggest we hurry back and allay their fears. Alpha notes as well, I should think. Yes, you're right. We should let them worry another moment. Warlord's Echoes. Amidst the chaos of the Skyrim's awakening, I'd forgotten we still have the Feat of Ice to complete. While we were contending with that screeching menace, I expect Bakul Jaja was off to the next feat. I see Master Alphanode hath made good use of the time to further tend to the wounded. I thought the villagers would be in hiding. Alphanode's confidence in us must have reassured them. Welcome back. Not a moment did I doubt that you'd return safe and sound. I expect I would be asked to track many things during the course of our journey, but Valley Garmanda was not among them. Scaling a massive mountain, fighting an elector, battling against a legendary monstrosity. Yes, you could say I'm a little tired. How easy. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gorfalor.
To the temple, then.
That won't be necessary, heroes of the hour. Valley Garmanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town, but the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valley Garmanda's prison. How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
What more would we test, Zurmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Kulul Jaja, then no one is. Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
Green. Or other green. The first keystone in this area was also green. Oh no, this one's green and red.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valley Garmanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokhui. May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as we enter this new age.
was never much of a talker, our brother. If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
Oh, there's an ad going on. I'll pause here. Gonna poop the population, you gonna poop the student now. What you gonna do? And the ad break is over.
I'll consider it if it's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
You Wukliamat, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valikarmanda, but the quiet skies proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea! That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams. Yes, we have records of our forebears and their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
What did your forebears see?
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict. Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess, a statue so tall even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Ffxiv shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps
who can know the truth of it. Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel. But after they were ravaged by disease and saw fewer newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory. Once our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Yaktel next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
Hello, Xander. I can't read the rest of your name, but welcome. I'm Wolf Mage, and we are playing Final Fantasy XIV.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt. Farewell, Wook Lamat. I do not think our paths will cross again.
Heavenly lands suffused with golden glow. The Yaktel is where the Yokui had their golden dream. We may soon have the chance to investigate that tale firsthand. With only 2 keystones remaining, we've at last begun to gain a fuller picture of the legend of the Golden City. What a turn of events. We were only meant to strengthen the ice, but Bakul Jaja's idiocy forced us to do them a better one. How long has it been since any from Horagor's Salter deigned to enter Warlord's Echoes? A day of unusual visitors indeed. Watching Vorpalor get caught up in Wolklamat's unstoppable wake reminds me of my younger days. Oh, seems I have to go do something really quick, BRB. Seems like it is my dinner time, so I'm gonna put it on BRB time for food screen. I'll be back in a bit. Hello, I have returned from my food break. I am back from dinner. And we talked to the others, now we can talk to Wuklamat. I don't think Volpalor and his brethren will have a sudden change of heart about Tuliyola. But that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. There is proof of that. Right, it's time to track down the next elector. The promise of peace. Ehrenvel would propose a course of action. I think it's time we return to Tuliyola. After scaling Terrell's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death, even dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination and laid out in the Tuliyola saga. The respite would be most welcome. I believe I hear the 4-H cabin calling our names. Is that favorite destination? Register as a favorite. There we go. Ethernet. We are going to our cabins. There are still 2 feats left to go. We want to face them refreshed and ready for action. Jan, I wouldn't say no to a clean sheets and a soft pillow. No sooner did we set foot back into Leola than I felt the weight of recent events set in all at once. I'm definitely due for a long nap. I'll take the opportunity to think on some things. Rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Whoops, I missed. You will be headed to the palace, Wuklamat. Wuklamat, did you hear me? Lost in her own little world, it seems. Well, no matter, I'll be back soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. Cabin attendant. Welcome back, Master Corwin. Your cabin is just as you left it. Minus a light layer of dust.
You have a moment? There's something I wanted to talk to you about. So, it's just too stuffy in here, that's what. We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air, that's what we need.
Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I could feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know. I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Tuliyola. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the responding corridor and make our way up there. Hello, dear. You're one of Locomont's new friends? Eshua, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You're the claimant with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? There's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Ffxiv. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. All those smiling faces. Ah, sorry, Wolf Mage. I got distracted. It's just with that. It's just that with the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel much more special. Do you think we can talk, take our time, and maybe wander around below first? Then we can head to the spot I was thinking of.
This is much better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Orkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural? Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the sort of thing I expected you to say.
Really? I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan.
When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in harmony.
It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, Are you still willing to walk this path with me? Thank the gods for that. Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the caverns.
Let's go! And I think I'm gonna roll the minion roulette. See what I get. Ah, Mini Emmerich. See what I get this time. Ah, Black Choco Chick. That'll do. Mini Cryo. You look to be in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was spent well? I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it will soon be back to the road for us. Floofy. Avnode seems eager to review your journey thus far. Actually, I think this is a good point to stop the stream for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my stream. Hope you guys stop by again. Until next time, I've been WolfMage1011. I'll see you guys then. Bye!